Cubase offers an amazing choice of authentic music instrument sounds, editing features, effects choices, and composition recording features. But how does a user with limited theory knowledge and playing ability quickly and easily create meaningful and fulfilling creations using Cubase in an engaging and fun way, without the aid of any external MIDI keyboards, sequencers, or drum pads? The answer is Chordwalk. Even for experienced creators or producers, Chordwalk can greatly improve your workflow, and can often provide that spark of inspiration when the dreaded mental block hits. Chordwalk provides the user with multiple creation areas, a chord selection matrix area. In Chordwalk, just select a chord in the chord selection matrix area from a wide range of musical keys or modes, or key and mode combinations, to create chord progressions, and thereafter transform the individual notes of the selected chord, using the arpeggiators, into novel and compelling melodies, harmonies, beats or instrument solos that exhibit rhythm, movement, flow, variety and interest. Chordwalk provides a virtual piano and guitar playing areas and multiple arpeggiator creation areas. A revolutionary feature of Chordwalk is the facility to route the MIDI data stream, originated at any individual creation area, to be paired, independently, with individual instrument tracks of Cubase, to play the virtual instrument sounds associated with that virtual instrument track. Firstly, we must assign MIDI ports and channels to each creation area in Chordwalk. You can assign up to 16 individual MIDI channels to each virtual instrument port. In this short demonstration, we have randomly selected 10 different virtual instrument sounds, which we have assigned to 10 independent instrument tracks in Cubase. We will now assign ports and channels to the individual virtual instrument tracks in Cubase, to pair with the creation areas in Chordwalk. For each track, we must assign a port number and a channel number that corresponds with the port and channel numbers we have assigned to individual creation areas in Chordwalk that we wish to pair with the selected virtual instrument track. To transfer MIDI data between applications, in a Windows environment, you must create a virtual loopback MIDI port. We use Loop MIDI for this demonstration. To create a loopback MIDI port, just name the port and press plus. We must now set up Chordwalk to recognize the virtual MIDI ports that you have set up. Select on MIDI devices. From the floating window, activate the ports that you have assigned to the creation areas in Chordwalk. We will solo arpeggiator 1, which is paired to track 1 in Cubase. An arpeggio takes the individual notes of a chord and arranges them in patterns and sequences, where each note is played or rested individually in rhythmic patterns. Note values, octave range, gate value, and arpeggiation patterns can all be set. Piano or guitar voicing is selectable. With transposition enabled, you can shift the arpeggio by any interval value over many steps in different patterns, cycles, and sequences. can create more advanced patterns and sequences to individual notes in an arpeggio. Note order, note value, volume, gate, mute and note active are settable for each independent note step. Chain mode will play the independent steps of a note in sequence before moving to the next note position. Multiple independent steps can be added to each note of the arpeggio. A chord can be locked to an arpeggiator. This feature is very important for beat creation. By selecting full chord in an arpeggiator, you can play all the notes of the selected chord together in patterns and sequences. We will now solo tracks 3 and 6, which we have independently paired with arpeggio areas 3 and 6 in Chordwalk. Using electronic drums, by changing chord selection, octave range, and interval values, you can create some very compelling sounds and beat combinations. Cubase provides a very comprehensive range of acoustic and electronic drum sounds. Individual drum sounds correspond to specific note values at lower octave ranges. Experiment with different chord selections and with different interval values in the arpeggio transpositions. A visual metronome is provided, which shows the onset of each beat within a bar. The metronome provides the facility to synchronize chord changes to occur on a downbeat or on any beat, or with free run. Downbeat synchronization guarantees that the patterns and sequences applied to individual notes in the individual arpeggiator areas are maintained in their correct play order when chord changes occur. The sync to downbeat feature also ensures that all chord changes applied in the chord selection matrix stay on the beat. Playthrough facility is provided to play the notes of a selected chord, together with the arpeggio notes playing. A prime option is displayed, which stops the metronome running and arms it to start with the next chord element selection. This ensures that all chord element selections and arpeggio notes and patterns will start playing together in sync immediately on the first downbeat of the first bar and remain in sync for all further chord element selections. We have now recorded 10 independent instrument tracks in Cubase in just a few minutes, painlessly. With Chordwalk, you are fully engaged with your creation and with your playing. The Chordwalk Music Theory course and our Creator's Guide are accessible online from the link shown at the end. How to set up Chordwalk with Cubase is fully explained in the Creator's Guide. Good luck with your creation efforts and thank you for watching this short demo.